And what you need today for your practice is to have a cushion to sit on. And if you have a chair or stool nearby, you're welcome to have something which we'll use later. A chair or stool, something that's high enough for you to fold forward and rest your head on. And then if you have a bolster, you're welcome to bring a bolster or some rolled blankets. So a bolster, this is also, I made this bolster, and it's quite easy. If you take maybe those 2 or 3 extra long bath towels, and if you have put them together and just roll them up, I find the bath towels create quite a nice dense roll. So using those, and then you can roll them up together, and we'll use them later. Okay. So sitting up tall, and just find an easy cross in the legs. And just real quick, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you're welcome to subscribe it. It's called Oneness Yoga Studio. And if you have not subscribed to either my Instagram or my Facebook group, which I'm running this live video from, you're also welcome to join it. I'll put in the links later on. So in this wake of second wave of COVID, and this morning I just saw the news about this new mutation in the virus. So it seems like it's going to stay for a while, this COVID. And I remember that when the first lockdown was announced by the president, I experienced panic attack and anxiety. And I remember very clearly about pacing around my kitchen, but very mindfully. And I remember, and at that time, there's the mind is just racing, and there's no like logical, rational thought. But I focused on walking very mindfully on the floor and really feeling the different pressure points as I walk on the floor. And that kind of helped me ground down and helped me calm my nervous system. And also obviously taking deep breaths during that time. So I find this, the practice of yoga, even though you might not become aware of it, actually helps us. It provides a lot of tool for us to calm our nervous system, especially in the mindful and gentle styles of yoga. It provides a lot of tools for us to grounding exercise. So we ground ourselves through the different senses, something that we can access very easily. So physical sensations, such as like walking mindfully and feeling the different pressures on the floor, using scent, smell, the power of the smell. So if you had an experience of relaxation with a certain scent, like for example, babies or even kids, if they are used to a blanket, and it's very often the texture of the blanket and the scent of that blanket that brings them comfort. So relating, if you had previous experiences of these comforting emotions associated with that scent or that texture, it helps the brain to kick in and remind yourself to embrace and to experience that sense of comfort again when you are in anxiety. Okay, so scent and sight, using sight to help us ground as well. So absorbing or softening the gaze and allowing the different colors that you can pick up in your surroundings. And through mindful breathing, through deep breathing. So though all these things are like little tools that we actually practice in a yoga class, in my yoga class anyway. And that helped me to go through this panic attack in the initial lockdown period. And I find these, as we practice more these tools, we become more resilient to change. We become more resilient to the different stresses because we have these grounding tools, and we can adapt, and we can see the positive side of things a little bit more than being clouded by negative thoughts. So yeah, that's my experience of anxiety. And let's now go into a short practice for anxiety. So before we begin, again, if you have joined now, we need a cushion to sit on. So I will suggest you sitting on something so that you can lift your hips higher than your knees, and that your knees can drop and soften down to the floor. And you will also need a chair or a stool. So as many cushions as you can, maybe two or three cushions, just in case you need it just now. And then a bolster or rolled blanket, something that's long enough to support the whole of your spine. So from the lower back region all the way up to your head. Okay, that's the length that you would like to support in your spine. So have a rolled blanket that's long enough to do that. Okay, and let's sit up tall. Find a comfortable cross in your legs. And just taking a few deep breaths. You're welcome to bring your thumbs and your index finger to lightly touch, palms down to your knees or your thighs. And take a moment to just sense your sit bones. How are they placed? The left side and the right side, are they even? And then as you lift your spine up a little bit more, notice the slight tilting forward of your pelvis. So the pubic bone is tilting down gently towards the floor. And with each inhalation, visualize a string pulling up from the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And as you do so, visualize energy drawing up from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, soften the shoulders and soften your thighs a little bit more, but keeping the integrity of your spine. Using your breath as a guide, can you feel expansion around your ribs to the front, the sides, and even the back? Can you breathe fully and freely on all four sides? Adjusting the tilt of your pelvis as you need, adjusting the position of your spine as you need to experience this full expansion and elongation of the spine. Bring your tongue to gently curl in and touch the top palate of your mouth. And we'll take a few deep breaths here, keeping the paces of your breath even. So perhaps inhaling to the count of 5. Taking a brief pause. And then exhaling to the count of 5. And a brief pause again. Notice how the belly expands gently, followed by your ribs as you inhale. And as you exhale, continue to soften any unnecessary tension physically around your thighs or your shoulders, and mentally. Bring both hands to your heart. Feeling the pulse of your heart. And just take a moment to check in with your emotions. What are you feeling right now? How are you feeling? Can you identify these emotions? And just give yourself permission to feel these feelings. It's normal to have anxiety. Our brain is wired this way to protect ourselves. But a prolonged exposure is not healthy. So we use practices such as yoga to help us regulate, down-regulate, and turn on this parasympathetic system so that we can release and let go. So identifying your emotions, acknowledge it, smile to it. And knowing that there is another master that's behind your thoughts, the observer and the witness. And knowing that this witness, the spirit, is full of light, never changing. Full of compassion and love for ourselves and for others. And slowly open your eyes. It's okay to not be okay. We'll begin our practice. Let's straighten our legs, just to stretch out the legs a bit. Shake it out. Bounce your knee up and down. And let's part your knees, part your legs a little wider and roll the thighs in and out. internal rotation, external rotation, in and out. One more, in and out. And just gently roll your ankles, being grateful to all the joints that's in your feet that allow you to walk. Pointing the toes away as you stretch and flex, extend the top of your ankle, and drawing the toes up as you flex your foot. Being deliberate and mindful of how your heels are rolling on the floor as you do this rotation. Left side, right side of your heel. And let's roll the ankle the other way. And slowly bend up your knees again. This time we're going to change the cross of your legs. So if you had your right shin in front of you, this time change it over and sit up tall. Again, allow the pelvis to tilt forward, soften your knees, let them drop. Soften the thighs. And sitting up tall. Bring your hands to prayer. Having your thumbs lightly pressing against your sternum. Roll the shoulders back and down, soften the shoulders. And again, focusing on your breathing, you're welcome to close your eyes. Notice how the sternum rises up to touch your thumbs. Notice again your heartbeat against the thumbs. And we'll start by chanting our Om for 3 times. So again, chanting is also a nice way, a grounding exercise. So chanting can be anything, any sound that brings soothing effects for you. In this case, we'll chant Om. Exhale freely, fully. And then inhale, we'll start. Notice if there's any vibrations that was created by your chant. Our bones are actually a good conductor of sound, and we are all life instruments. Taking a smile, bring a smile to your face, and taking a bow. Beginning your practice by honoring your body. Come onto hands and knees on the floor. Having your wrist under your shoulders and your knees hip-width apart. If you want to cushion your knees, if the floor is quite hard, you're welcome to cushion the knees. And then we'll go into a few cat-cow stretches here. So inhale, dip your belly, lift the chest, lift your sit bone up, concaving the back. Exhale, draw the belly in, round your back, push down into the floor. Inhale, concave back. Notice the back muscles contracting. Exhale, draw the belly in, noticing the front muscles contracting in. Keep going at your own pace. Again, rhythmic, mindful movements are also part of a grounding exercise that we practice so often in gentle, mindful yoga classes. And it helps to soothe the nervous system. And just take this time to feel the different sections of your spine, along with your breathing. Notice how your lower back is feeling, middle back, upper back, your neck. So as you exhale, gently round your back up into cat pose. And as you dip your belly down, come into your cow pose as you inhale. Moving as slowly as you wish. And really just enjoy the embodiment of this mindful movement and mindful breathing together. And come back to your neutral tabletop position. We'll draw hip circles on the floor. So imagine that there's a chalk on your hip and you're drawing a circle on the mat with your hip. So gently bring the hip out to your left side. Shift your weight forward. And as you exhale, draw your hip back on the right side, completing your circle. Inhaling, shifting your weight forward. Exhaling, drawing your hip back on the right side. Inhaling, hip forward on the left. Exhaling, drawing the hip back on your right. So you're drawing a clockwise circle on the mat. And again, you're welcome to close your eyes and really sense each joint of your body. Your hip, shoulders, neck, sides of your spine. And really take this opportunity to explore without judgment the range of motion that's present today at this time. And reminding ourselves, just as a yoga practice is, everything is changeable. Like your current physical status. Every second, every time of the day, the body changes. And it's okay. Just as the world changes. And we'll be strong enough to survive and resilient enough to survive any change if we approach it with a curiosity, with an explorative attitude. Come back to center and we'll draw the circle on the other side. So bring your hip out to your right side, shift your weight forward, and then draw the hip back on your left, completing your circle. Inhaling, shifting your weight forward. Exhaling, draw the hip back on your left side. And again, moving as slow as you wish. Soften your elbows, see how it feels. Allow the spine to move freely. Allow the hip and the shoulders to move freely. Noticing your wrists. And allow the neck to soften and release. Closing the eyes. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhaling as you shift your weight forward. Exhaling as you draw your hip back. And come back to center. Bring your knees apart, sides of the big toes touch, sit down to your heel, rest in child's pose. Relax your shoulders, relax your wrists. You're welcome to make circular motions with your wrists. Checking in again, how are you feeling right now? Can you identify the emotion? And it's okay not to feel anything too. And that you are still and present in your practice. And slowly inhale as you look forward. Glide your body forward. Come into your Sphinx pose. Bring your elbows down to the mat. Elbows directly under your shoulders. And spread your palms wide. Roll the shoulders back and down. Push down with your elbows. And then gently push the mat away from you. Having your legs hip width or wider. And enjoy this opening on the front of your chest. Take a few deep breaths here. Keep your gaze down on the floor in front of you. And then start to bring your focus, your gaze, to the tip of your nose. Being aware of the nose, the tip of your nose, but also allow some peripheral vision to come into your sight, softening your gaze. Take a few deep breaths here. Breathing in fully into your belly and up your ribs. Inhale and exhale. Release your head down to your forearms. You're welcome to roll your shoulders from side to side, maybe rocking your shoulders from side to side. Maybe rocking your hips from side to side. And seek ways to release any tension that you might find in the shoulders or your back or your buttocks. And come back to center. Push down with your hands, lift yourself up. And we'll practice some seated postures, starting with our butterfly pose. So it might be helpful for you to sit up on your cushion, and this is where we'll use our chair, so that when we fold forward, our head is supported on the chair. If you're sitting up on your cushion, again, just straighten the legs first. And then pelvis tilt forward. So sit up on the front edge of your support. Make sure your chest is nice and lifted and you're not collapsing into your lower back. Feel the tilt of the pelvis and lift your lower back up. Now bend your knees. Bring the soles of the feet together. If your knees are lifted away from the floor, you can continue cushioning your knees with either blocks or that extra cushion that I talked about. And just allow the knees to drop into your cushion, into your support. Bring the chair a little closer to you. Let's inhale, reach your arms up. Lengthen the sides of your body. Exhale, bring your arms down to the chair. And then you're welcome to have your hands underneath your forehead and rest your forehead on top of your hands. Or you're welcome to walk your hands all the way down to the floor and just rest your forehead on the seat. With your hands, find an easy and comfortable place to rest them. Take a few deep breaths here. And just notice the point of contact of your forehead on your seat. Feeling perhaps the center of your brow and the center of your forehead region come into contact with the seat. And bring your awareness there. Closing the eyes, soften your gaze. Visualize some purple light radiating from that point of contact. And breathe in fully into your belly and up your ribs. Breathe into the back of your ribs. Feel your shoulder blades expand as you inhale. Maybe start counting your breath, inhaling for 4 or 5. Take a brief pause, exhaling for 4 or 5, and pause again. While you're counting, keep your sensation, your awareness to the sensations of your breath inside your body. How does your inhalations feel? Physically, emotionally? How does your exhalations feel physically and emotionally? Taking the last deep breath. And slowly lift your head up and straighten the legs in front of you. Gently bouncing your knee up and down. Right. And then you can remove your chair. Keep your blocks on both sides of your mat. We'll practice what I call the channel cleansing breath, or Nadi Shodhana, the alternate nostril breathing, before we rest in reclined bound angle pose. So we'll do a few rounds of this deep breathing together. So sit up tall, find an easy cross in your legs. Turn the left palm up and gently touch the thumb and your index finger. And bring the right hand, the first two fingers, between your eyebrows. Rest the thumb on your right nostril, left ring finger on your left nostril. And then see if you can maintain an easy posture, a comfortable posture with your arm in this position. Take a few deep breaths here. No tension on your shoulders. Your chest is easy to expand freely. Taking a deep inhalation. Close the right nostril. Exhale left. Inhale. Close the left. Exhale right. Taking deep, slow breaths, going as slow as you wish. Inhale. Close the right. Exhale left. Inhale. Close left, exhale right. Inhale. Close, exhale left. Inhale. Close, exhale right. Inhale. Close, exhale left. Inhale. Close, exhale right. One more round. Inhale. Close, exhale left. Inhale. Close, exhale right. Inhale. Close. Exhale, left. And release your hands down to your knees. In Gyan Mudra, the tips of your thumb and your index finger lightly touch. You're welcome to turn the palms down or up. And again, just checking in with how you're feeling physically, emotionally. Identifying this emotion. Is there a word that can describe it? And slowly open your eyes. Right, we'll go into our last pose. So using your bolster, you can place the bolster long ways, or your rolled blankets, and then place a cushion to support your head. Sitting down in front of the bolster, place the soles of your feet together and support your knees or your thighs with some blocks or cushions to make sure that the legs are supported so you don't strain. Okay, this is restorative yoga. Our goal is not stretch. The goal is to relax and turn on the parasympathetic nervous system. So roll back down to the elbow. You can use your hands and push the buttocks towards your heel, the flesh towards your heel, and then continue to lie back down. Make sure your neck is nicely supported, your spine is supported fully by the bolster. If you have an eye pillow nearby, a centered eye pillow would be a bonus. You can place it on top of your eyes, or you can just use a towel and just cover your eyes with the towel so you block out stimulation from light. And relax the arms out to the side. Find a comfortable angle for your arms. Start with maybe about 45 degrees. Checking in with the body again. Notice if there are any tension in the body. And simply make adjustments so that you can relax. Notice your feet, ankles, the thighs, hips. Notice your lower back, your spine, shoulders, neck. Make adjustments if necessary. And then relax. Let the whole body sink. And once you're comfortable with your current body position, start focusing on your breath. Again, tune in to the sensations of your breath inside your body. Notice how the belly rises, chest rises. And just being aware of any micro expansions, physically and perhaps mentally, as you inhale. And then allow a sense of release, of softening as you exhale. Checking in with your breath. And you're welcome to practice another breathing exercise by inhaling to the count of 4. Take a brief pause and then exhaling to the count of 6 or to the count of 8, and take a brief pause again. Going as slow, as deep as you wish with your breathing. And if you find that your mind starts to wander, just gently bring it back to the counting of your breath. You're welcome to stay for as long as you wish in your Supta Baddha Konasana. I'll leave you here with a nice Christmas wish written by Natalie Way-Jones, a friend of mine. For those feeling loss, dread, fear, anxiety, loneliness, for those separated from loved ones, for those with sad hearts or broken hearts, facing this festive season can be daunting. It's okay to not be okay. Wish you much peace and holding you in my heart and prayers. Just because the tinsel, trees and Santas are appearing does not negate your pain or hurt or loss. I wish you that you find the space to honor your feelings, yourself, for what you have survived this year. Perhaps take some time to reflect on what you lived through, your kindness, your challenges. Be gentle with yourself and wish yourself well. Wishing you much peace. So if you have completed your practice, again, you're welcome to stay for as long as you wish in your current recline bound angle. Or if you have completed your practice, you're welcome to gently bring your knees up to center and roll over to the sides. You can stay there on your side for a little longer and just find a comfortable position to lie on your side. And slowly lift yourself up to seated when you're ready. And sit up tall with your legs crossed. Find an easy cross in your legs. Have something to sit on. And bring your hands to prayer. We'll end our practice by chanting Om 3 times and another mantra to wish wellness for all sentient beings. So exhale fully. Inhale, and we'll start. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings be happy and free. May my words, thoughts, actions contribute to that freedom and peace for all, including myself. Take a gentle bow and be kind to your body. Be kind to those around us during this festive season. Slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining me in this yoga for anxiety practice, and I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, I'll be uploading this video to YouTube channel, so you're welcome to have a look at other resources as well on my YouTube channel. And I hope you a great day ahead. Thank you for joining.